Aloha, everybody, and welcome to Spring Spotlight with Kalena, where we like to focus on nonprofits and small businesses that make Colorado Springs worth calling home. I'm Kalena, realtor and Hawaiian rooted community provider today. I am here with Rance Like. He is a veteran musician and a nonprofit director. Let's get into it. So, thank you, Rance, for coming in today. I appreciate it. And we're here to talk about you, your nonprofit, and all the things you've done working up to it. You told me before that you're a veteran. How long were you in? What did you do?
Yeah, so I was in for probably like 13 years. Was in the infantry side, but then ended up going to military personnel because I was injured, so I had a permanent profile, and yeah, enjoyed every minute of it, and it taught me how to be an adult.
Have you always done music? How did you get into that?
So originally, I actually started as a hula dancer. So I started dancing when I was 10, and then I started dancing with other people when I was probably 13. That was at a time when hula dancing wasn't as masculine as it is now. But I enjoyed the culture, and that's kind of where my journey started. So, yeah, but I love it. Love it. I teach now, and um, I've never paid to learn, and I'm trying to give homage to my kumu and my kumus, and trying to help other people and find themselves culturally. So
Is so you went from the military to doing what you did. You said you were a car salesman and you did a bunch of other stuff. And now you started your nonprofit recently. How are you connecting that with what you've done in the military, what you did in your life, all the things you've done, you're putting it together?
yeah, pretty simple. This nonprofit began decades ago. So I have, when I first moved to the mainland, I have 9 children. So when we had an opportunity to go to a Kamehameha School luau alumni for the Alumni Association, which my wife is a graduate of Kamehameha schools, we found that we couldn't afford to go because back then it was $20 a person, and if you take that times 11, that's $220, and that was a lot of money back in the 90s. And so I kind of felt left out, and of course I felt worse because I'm not only native Hawaiian, but I'm of quantum blood, which means that I qualify for Hawaiian homestead. I have more than 50%. And so I just felt like a little disjustice. And I understand, understand that nonprofits and organizations have to make money. But what I don't understand is why um, it has to be only about money. So I decided in Colorado when I first moved here that I was going to do my best and try to change that perception to make it that the culture was available, especially because when I grew up, you could go to the beach, you could watch people dance hula, you could go to a canoe regatta and listen to music, and all of these things were plentiful when I was young. Um, and of course, you miss it as you move away. But then the other thing is, in the mainland, everything is more commercialized. So I'm trying to change the perception on that, right? And so that's really why I'm passionate about this. This is not just a nonprofit because I've been through a lot of organizations that do little fundraisers, and it's for their cause, but at some point I just don't feel like they give back to the community enough, and so I want to try to over compensate for that, and I want to look at the community first, especially the people who make these festivals happen, and where people can connect and all of that, and try to help small businesses like strive and do better. Just because I see our community everywhere I look at poke bowls. Nobody used to eat poke when I first moved here at all. They'd be like, I'm gross from that, right? Nobody used to eat spam musubi. And now you see it everywhere. In fact, I can tell you that there was a store that I worked at when I first started events, and they probably sell several hundreds of musubi every single day. Um, and that's where we started doing events. That was back in Portland, Oregon. But now I live here in Denver, Colorado, and now that I'm retired, I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to make it affordable. more accessible. And I'm a disabled veteran. I'm also retired, but I'm trying to not make it about money. So that's kind of my story. That's where I
Yeah,
started. Yeah.
I love it. So, with your nonprofit, what are your plans? What are your goals? What are you trying to do?
So with the programs that we're trying to offer is basic, simple programs, right? So I have two sides of my nonprofit. One I call Aha Kuleana, which is all about Hawaiian values. So we're trying to do things which is happening across the nations. You're talking about hula workshops, and you have these um, articulate teachers of Hawaiian crafts and culture and all that, and they do all of their workshops. But I'm trying to do a different take on that. I'm trying to see if I can hire practitioners to come and have my nonprofit suffice the majority of that money so that it's more available to the community. Because if we put a monetary value on it, there's going to be other families like me that are not going to have that opportunity to enroll in that. And, as we move away from home, we lose a lot of ourselves. So my goal is to try to make it financially accessible to families. I mean, because that's where our future lies. And obviously, we're not at home. So the other thing is that we've got to find connection to our culture.
We met because you're setting up Eola Makapoi. You posted
Correct.
on the
Yep.
Hawaiians for Colorado page. And can you tell us a bit about what we can expect at the festival, when and where it's happening?
Okay, so let me explain to you. So my website is called ahakuleana.org, but my nonprofit's name is Eola Kapoi. And what that means is long live the people. So the festival is designed to promote Hawaiian culture. So obviously, I'm going to have Hawaiian dancers, but I'm also trying to promote Aotearoa. I have somebody from New Zealand that's going to perform. I have a group from the Philippines that's going to perform. I have some Polynesian dancers that are going to perform Polynesian music, Hawaiian music, slacky. So we're trying to gear this festival to direct it more to a diverse community of age, right? Because not all the older people like to hear all the reggae, and not all the younger people like to hear all the traditional music. So we want to have a more variety so that the festival is captivated. And so we have 17 performances coming up. Um, I have some really good food vendors coming in. But what's really important is the show that we're doing is an award-winning show. So if you have an opportunity, come on out. We're going to have craft vendors, and these are all designed to build island business.
So that's it for the spring spotlight. Once again, thank you, Rance, for coming. I really appreciate it.
Awesome.
If you guys are in the Colorado Springs, Eola Makapoe Festival is going to be June 20th. We're going to be there from 11 to 7. There's going to be food, crafts, and obviously wonderful performances. You can come visit me. I'll be at the information booth, and I will drop all the description below. If you are a nonprofit or a small business in the Colorado area and you would like to be featured on my spotlight, please get in contact with me. My information will also be down below. And once again, I am a realtor here in Colorado Springs. If you or someone you know is looking to buy or sell here, just let me know. I would love to be a part of that journey. Hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.